Bullet 23, or is it Article 23? Yeah? I want you, when you are addressing us in your submissions, you clarify whether this witness was coached by the star witness or whether the witness was colluding with this by his own admission. You clarify when telling that. Then further, finally, you have just confirmed for 50 years you have been living in Meru, to the question by the Senate of Nairobi.
Yes, Your Honor, apart from 10, I was away from Kenya.
So that is your home?
It's a home.
Very good. Father Kinoti.
Sure. Yeah.
I have heard something from you which I've never heard from a priest. That you're saying there are circumstances where the biggest demonstration of Christianity, love, can be set aside. And love is demonstrated through forgiveness. You have said categorically, forgiveness, no. I'm not saying this committee is sitting to find ways of forgiving Governor, but that has led me to ask you the following two questions. Is this emotional piece of evidence based on the evidence by the Governor on page 153, Counsel, show the priest, of the blue document by the Governor, volume 2, page 53, 153, you're there? In that letter, the Bishop of Meru is acknowledging receipt of 5.5 million shillings. Is your emotion, maybe, could you confirm,
Based on
the fact that now here is a new governor who apparently is going away with a goose that was laying multi-million eggs? That's one.
Okay.
That's one.
Honorable Governor. Okay, thank you.
Two, and finally, Father, I'm glad you are a psychologist. There is the psychology of faith-based prejudices. Are you prejudiced against this governor because she belongs to her own church, which is not Catholic?
Thank you, Your Honor. Let me start with the first one on question of love and forgiveness, and clarify that I said what I meant. Christianity is practiced on love, which is seen through forgiveness. And I said, and I'll be happy to repeat, the constitutional dispensation looks for justice, looks for amendment of the one who is wrong. Forgiveness may happen, and again, I might be wrong. I have not seen the Constitution say, not because it's not a Christian practice, not because love is not a Christian practice, but it is not a legal process. I don't know whether I'm making that separation clear. Like, we do not have a chapter in our Constitution that says once things have been done this way, it's time to forgive. That's our Christian conviction and our Christian processes. And that's why Honorable One of the honorable asked whether I used the alternative dispute resolution mechanism. That's another area where we do exercise forgiveness, where we do exercise love. But in a process of this nature, unless I'm not a lawyer, I'm not privy to the information that part of a legal process like this ends up with forgive.
Proceed. I was consulting.
Okay, thank you, Honorable Chair. I recall the big problem we had in this country on Justice and Peace Reconciliation Commission, where we were not able to deal with the historical injustices because at some point we went to forgive when we are not gotten what? When we are not gotten the procedural justice, when we are not gotten exactly who was wrong, when we have not gotten who needs to satisfy what. We moved from we need justice, peace, and reconciliation, started our process, but we jumped to forgiveness. We left these other processes. So that's exactly what I mean, that this process is, as I understand, is intended to get the details of what has happened. Who is wronged? Who is wrong? Not so that we can hang them, so that whoever it is pays for the damages, and the paying for damage is part of process of forgiveness. That is why even when people sit in the village, they say, yes, you are wrong, you went wrong, and the person says, in order for me to compensate for the mistakes I've done, take these 5 cows. So you see, forgiveness includes remedy for the sin done, for the wrong done. That's what I mean. Okay. Forgiveness is part of a Christian life, and it has that. The second issue is on the money.
Second issue?
The second issue is on the money. I've even known it goes to an institution. It's paid to an institution. My emotional presence here is based on what I understand a leader can do by dealing with the people with violence, vilifying, humiliating, not having that wholeness and undivided, which is integrity. I feel this is even a bigger problem. It is not, that's nothing to do with the money. And finally, the other issue was
prejudice.
Prejudice. Well, one of the things that I deeply understand is how prejudice plays out. And that's why I'm here. Not because I'm prejudiced, but because I saw it towards me as a Catholic, towards us as a church, towards my bishop who is humble and quiet. Even though he never sent me, I felt that prejudice. So you are bringing a very important point. But it's not prejudice towards our church. I hear it here as a church. I have never paid attention where it is, how it operates. It is purely because I received that prejudice that I am here. That's why I'm here. That's the way I felt.
Thank you, Father. You can